You're listening to and watching the Drew and Mia podcast show. I'm Drew.
And I'm Mia.
Hey, we have a lot that we're getting into today, so we're going to go right into it. You know, we've started our hometown hero spotlight, and it's actually been something that people have grown to love, Mia. We have a lot of people who reach out via Facebook and Instagram who actually like hearing about some of the people that we spotlight. So it's definitely something we want to keep going and just keep spotlighting and highlighting a lot of people who are making a difference in their community. In all communities. It's not just Houston-based, not just Texas. It's all over. And this week, we want to pay tribute to none other than Chief Yvette Gentry of the Louisville Metro PD.
Wow.
So it was announced on December 29th that she has fired the officer involved in the Breonna Taylor killing. She issued his termination letter. It is also being rumored that she is working on getting the other officers terminated. But we want to pay tribute to her because I know that it's not easy for her. She came in as an interim police chief, and because of her success and her liking, they kind of gave her the position. Well, of course, coming in as a police chief, that's not the first thing you want to have to do is to terminate a police officer, right? But she understood the circumstances. And for her, it was more important than building the integrity of the whole department versus keeping everything under the rug and just pretending like nothing really, happened. So we want to pay tribute to Chief Yvette Gentry. She's an African-American police chief.
Wow.
She comes from a background of political science and law enforcement and all of that. And now she is the chief of police for Louisville Metro Police Department. And we also want to pay tribute and spotlight and highlight Mayor Greg Fisher. You know, Mayor Fisher is actually someone that I came to like while this was all happening. He was the one who fired the police chief during the whole Breonna Taylor deal.
Wow.
So he got rid of the police chief because of his lack of response.
Right.
And then he immediately brought in as interim police chief Gentry.
Yeah.
So he's been working to try to build the department, try to,
that's amazing.
Shine a light on them in a good way. He's been working to remedy this whole thing as best as he could. Of course, there's no bringing her back or anything, but he wants to make sure that he can kind of right the wrong some kind of way.
Right.
And we're talking about a white mayor, of course. Of course. So shout out to Mayor Greg Fisher. Shout out to Chief Yvette Gentry. You all are our hometown heroes. We appreciate everything that you all have been doing to help deal with this Breonna Taylor case, shining the light on it, correcting the wrongs, and then just instituting some type of reformation within the Louisville Metro PD. We know that there's no perfect department, but when something like this happens, I think it's very important that people see the changes being made.
Yes.
And that you actually show that you do care.
Absolutely.
So that's that on that. We have instituted a new portion of our show called The Question of the Day.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the Hometown Hero Spotlight segment. But I wanted to do something that just kind of starts the talk. Let's have a conversation at the water cooler. Let's think about it. What should we do?
Let's have it.
So the question of the day, Mia, is does your underwear need to match your outfit?
Oh my God.
I'll repeat that for those who didn't catch it. Does your underwear, however you want to say it, does it need to match your entire outfit? I say yes. What say you, Mia?
I say something is wrong with you. That's what I say. Because you feel like, of course, do you feel that way for women as well?
Everybody. Everybody needs to have matching underwear with the outfit.
So for a woman, women who are really girly, okay, we do like to have matching panties and bra.
You talking about the matching set?
The matching set.
Okay.
But do we do that all the time? No, I don't think that.
So why not?
Because we just don't.
Y'all can get panties in every color that can go with every outfit. So I don't understand why you
So if you
wouldn't.
wear black pants, you wear black boxers or whatever.
Well, you could wear a color. Black goes with anything, so you can wear any color with black.
So you saying not color coordinate, but to, in your eyes, match your outfit? Because I'm thinking you're saying...
Well, yeah, color coordinating. So if you have on a pink outfit, let's just say you have on a pink outfit, you don't need to be coming with an off color with pink. Like an orange or something like that. Like match.
So if I wear a pink dress,
yeah,
my undies needs to be pink.
Pink, black, white, something that matches pink, something that goes well with pink. What if we can see your underwear through your pink?
Well, that's a problem, first of all. So, because we should not be seeing your underwear through your dress.
Well,
or through your
it
pants.
happens. It happens.
It does happen, but I do think that you should wear the appropriate color.
Of course.
Under your clothes. But as far as it matching, I was trying to get clarity whether you meant matching or sets.
No, I mean match the outfit. So it could be a mismatch set. You could have on a white panties and a black bra. We don't care about that. We're talking about matching your outfit.
Drew, something is seriously like...
I hate when the outfit don't match the panties or don't match the drawers. It's just, it irks me. You know, you can see when people sit down, you can see what they have on. If they have on like skinny jeans, skinny leg jeans or whatever, you can see what color underwear they have on. If they have on a dress or see-through whatever, you can see what color underwear.
So white really goes with anything. So if they have
on
white
on white doesn't go because you can see white on white.
But you said match.
Yeah, but if a woman who's wearing white linen pants, you don't want to wear white drawers because you're going to see those white drawers. So you match it colorfully, and then you also need to match it whatever the fabric is. Okay. Yeah, so they can't see. That's what I'm talking about. See, y'all need to think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, because I'm the girly type of woman to where I do feel like I want sets. Like I would never wear white panties with a pink bra. Like I think for me, that's just crazy.
What if it's a set from Victoria's Secrets though?
No, but my set is going to be a pink bra and pink panties. Like it's not going to be a white pair of panties and a pink bra or an orange bra. Like I have sets. So it's just depending on also what I'm feeling like that day. Like,
so do you base your outfit on your underwear?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I base my underwear on my outfit.
That's what I just said, didn't I?
No, you said the opposite.
I said the opposite. Okay.
Well, something is wrong with you. This boy be thinking.
I mean, sometimes I do that too. Like I'll say, well, let me see what drawers I'm wearing, because you know I'm all for the sexy drawers. I don't do baggy drawers. I like boxers. Yeah, I like boxers, and I get them from multiple places: Kenny Cole and Calvin Klein, H&M. You know, I shop at all of those, so I'll pick up underwear at those places. I don't do the baggy because, of course, that's just harder for me to have to wear. But
of course, because of your build. I mean, you're a very in shape person, and our viewers don't really
very
know
sexy.
that.
Yeah, well, they can see in the camera. Make sure y'all can see in the camera.
You're a little sexy, Drew. You're not very sexy. Like you doing way too much.
Don't make me take off my shirt now.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, because I will.
The viewers are really knowing that Drew is he's really put together, and he's very particular about what he wears.
Everything.
I wish they would have. I should have videoed you when we went out of town and how you were acting. Like everything had to be in a certain place, and how he was walking. He didn't want to get nothing wrinkled.
I can't live in discombobulation. I can't do it. I can't do it.
He irks me.
Listen, I've been in this business a while, so I've learned a lot over the years. You have to do certain things at certain times. Otherwise, it's just going to be a disaster. I travel by myself. What she didn't mention is I travel by myself. So I have to be my own wardrobe stylist, my own assistant, my own everything. And sometimes that involves making sure my clothes don't get wrinkled.
Oh my God.
But that's the question that we want to impose. So we want to hear from you all. If you are the type of person that definitely has to match your underwear, has to match your outfit, let us know. If you're someone that says you don't give a damn, we want to know that too.
Yep.
So make sure you reach out to us on our social media at Drew and Mia Podcast Show, or visit us online, DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. We want to hear from you all, and we want to know how you feel about this. It's a very important topic, if you ask me. I mean, it's very serious for me.
Okay.
And I don't want to see women wearing white linen pants with white drawers, because we're going to see that.
Looking.
We're going, definitely. We'll definitely see that. So what we got going on in tea time, Miss Mia?
Ooh, baby, this tea is piping and hot. And piping.
Yes,
and hot. And said and piping. And hot. Baby, let me tell you, honey, listen, the Drew and Mia podcasters, honey, I have some tea that is so hot for y'all. So let me take you on back to 2019.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to talk about Pastor West.
Which Pastor West?
As in Kanye West.
Oh, God.
Baby, do y'all know that the Sunday choir is suing him, honey?
Because they never got paid.
Baby, let me tell y'all, and we so quick to talk about, the church folks don't pay, and black folk don't pay, and this, that, and the third. Well, this boy got white folk money, and he ain't paid the people. Y'all, Kanye West Sunday Service Choir sues him, seeking $1 million in damages. Even the hairstylist is saying she was not paid for overtime and other costs. She has also filed a suit against West. She was actually the one to lead out in the suit.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And Kanye West, let's mention, is a billionaire.
Right.
Okay? And you can't even pay these people. Neither did he pay in some of the productions that they did. They had background actors. So all of the singers that you guys saw, they were not real singers. They were actors.
So yeah, some of them I know personally. They are singers.
Me too.
But I didn't know a lot of them. And then of course, there were no mention of them on social media or anything. So we don't really know who they are.
Some of them are actors.
Yeah.
They can't sing. They are just there to make the choir look bigger than what it actually is. He did not pay them
And
either.
that's crazy because you're in LA where there's millions of singers. I mean, but there were people that travel from here in Houston, Dallas, Atlanta to go out there to right.
He didn't even pay them. This choir also.
So did they have to pay their own airfare and hotels?
In the beginning, he paid for some of that stuff, but then towards the end, he did not pay. They were footing their own bills to go different places. The choir also backed him up on Jesus is King album.
Yeah.
He did not pay them for that as well. So, baby, let me tell you, Mr. Kanye West is out here trying to run for president, honey, ain't even paying no bills.
I know he don't want to mess with that because, Jeffrey LaValle, my Uncle Jeff in Michigan, he actually wrote that. That's he sampled
Jesus
that.
Is King?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he sampled that from Jeffrey LaValle. So I know he's not going to mess around with that on that end.
Baby, he ain't paying them. They in suit right now. He didn't pay none of the people, the hairstylists, the makeup artists, all of those people that was traveling with him to make sure. It was a lot of people.
Yeah.
All those people up there. Then you can't even pay the real singers, and you don't want to pay the fake singers.
So they won the Grammy. They were nominated and won the Grammy. They traveled all over, and they did not get paid.
You heard it.
So wait, I have a question. So why would they continue to travel with him if they're not being paid?
Who wouldn't? Because they are feeling like, but you know what? A lot of up and coming talent will do that because they were getting the promises that they were going to get paid, but he never paid them. So they were being told that they were going to be paid. Right. Is what it's saying in the article.
I know, before to accumulate to 1 million, or is that including something else?
Listen, I don't think that it would be 1 million. I think that that's what their damages are. I think because they are also asking for pre-statutory limit because they can get a certain amount in the courts from when they were supposed to get paid until the actual day that if they win the suit they get paid. And I'm sure that they are going to win, but Kanye's defense is this is just a group of singers that wanted to follow me on the road and sing for free.
Is that really what he said?
That's what he said, honey.
Wow.
And I believe he said it because that is some bull, honey. Not bull, but some bull. Okay? How you not going to pay these people that's traveling with you, leaving their families, leaving their children, wanting to. But see, that's why it's all about motives. You have to know a person's motive. And so a lot of people were saying, oh, yeah, Kanye West, he got good motives and his motives are pure about what he's doing. People were saying that they were defending him.
They had good motives?
Yes, that his motives were pure when he was putting this whole choir together. I never felt like that. I felt like he wanted to be seen. I felt like it was a stunt.
A publicity stunt,
Yes, and people were, flocking to that. And I just feel like, listen, if he can't pay the real singers, he definitely ain't paying the fake singers.
But sometimes it's usually in Kanye's case, when you're working with someone of that stature, there's someone in the middle.
Of course.
That's paying people and taking care of all of those things. He didn't have anyone in place.
I'm quite sure he had someone in place, but this is going to be, now I'm going to play devil's advocate. So if you did have someone in place before the suit got to where it was, why wouldn't you go ahead? He could pay them and then sue the person that, let's just say he gave them the money to pay and that person didn't pay. He could have on good faith say, you know what, this was a religious thing. I do not want my good to be evil spoken of.
My name brought down,
I'm integral. Like I would be thinking like that. Let me go ahead and pay these people, and I'm gonna sue Sally Sue that I put in place to pay y'all that stole the money. Let's just say, now we don't know that that's what happened, but I do believe that he didn't want to pay them. That's what I really believe, because this is Kanye West. I kind of
believe it,
because this is his attitude. He has an air of, you should just be happy you're in my presence. You should just be happy that I included you.
But I mean, that's what happens when you're dealing with someone who has that level of mental illness. True. And I really believe that ever since his mom died, he just was completely downhill from there.
He's a narcissist.
He is definitely that, but I mean, it's even greater than that. Like, he has severe mental illness. So, narcissism is, you can manage with life, okay?
True.
But when you have that level of mental illness where you're just completely bipolar, and your bipolar is probably at 2 by now, this is when you need medication.
I agree.
Hospitalization. You shouldn't be forming a choir. You shouldn't be doing all of this in the news every day about saying something, supporting Trump.
Definitely.
Anyone who supports Trump needs to be hospitalized. Let's just throw that out there. But to be that, I mean, he's a talented rapper. He's a talented artist. But his mental illness has overshadowed him in so many areas.
Even to the point to where his wife knows he has a mental illness, and she has clapped back on Twitter. They have gone back and forth like, what husband and wife celebrity go back and forth with each other on Twitter? Like, it's just crazy. And they have done that where she has said he needs to be hospitalized. And
but she doesn't do anything.
Well, she has tried. And he even said that she tried to have him committed, but it didn't work. She felt like it was so to the point to where he needed some type of help.
But she has enough pull within the courts and legal people that she can get an injunction to legally have him committed to an institution for evaluation. Don't you think?
I think that they have equal amount of pull. I think just as much as pull she have,
I think she has enough evidence to submit to any judge. Judge, listen, my husband is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I need to have him evaluated before he kills himself, someone else, before he hurts anybody, something like that.
Do you think but I don't think that she thinks it's to the level that he would hurt somebody. I think that it's
mostly
to the
himself.
level of himself and
first.
And his decision making. I think
that part.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She has enough evidence there to say, Judge, listen, I need to intervene, and I need to get power of attorney over him to have him.
I think now she just don't care no more, because you really haven't heard her say anything as
Not
of
about
late.
that. No.
Not about that. No.
No.
I think Kim is just like, listen, he cuckoo, let him go and be cuckoo by himself.
Well, I mean, I wonder if they still intimate though.
Probably not. Like, you'll be surprised at the couples that I don't think they are.
Not just a little bit, once or twice.
If they do, probably once a month. If that. Because they don't even look like a couple that...
I don't even think they live together, to be honest.
Yeah, you never, like, when I read and I'm doing my research, like, I don't really ever see them together.
I don't see them together.
He's always with a couple.
Only for PR stunts.
Yeah.
Only for PR stunts.
She's probably sick of it.
Probably so.
Yeah, she
has to be at this point. I mean, it looks like she's grown up, and it looks like he's growing down. So there's no way that they're matching.
And then, too, it takes men a little bit longer to grow up than women.
It does, but I mean, he's going backwards. They're not even working and growing together, at least at the same level.
That's very true.
He's going the opposite direction, and she's becoming more of a positive figure, if you will, in society with, all of her action with trying to do reform, police reform, prison reform.
And she's going to law school.
And she's going to law school to carry on her dad's legacy. And kudos to Kim K. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're just going in different directions.
Very true.
So I don't know how she's able to deal with it, but God bless her.
God bless you, Attorney Kim.
There you go, speak it.
But listen, I do have a second part of a tea. I just want to let y'all know an update, honey. Pastor Jamal Bryant says that none of those allegations from the Real Housewives of Potomac, honey,
course.
Baby, he said they not true.
Of course they're not true.
And Pastor Jamal Bryant says that, honey, y'all can come with the receipts, but he said he got the cash register.
Oh, wow.
Baby, he let y'all have it. And anyway, I love you, Pastor Jamal Bryant. You know I love you. He can do no wrong in my
I
eyes.
plead the fifth on that.
I love him. It's okay. I can't stand that Monique.
I mean, is he supposed to say that? That's what we expect him to say. It's not true. But I mean, despite all of that, Pastor Jamal Bryant, you have a church that needs you to be their pastor. They're not looking for you to be no celebrity on TV. They need you to be their pastor. So what have you been doing other than this? What have you been doing to help New Birth in College Park, Georgia?
He's done a lot.
Like
he
what?
He can still be their pastor, being Giselle's man on the show.
Not when you got this type of spotlight on you, where people are saying that you flirting and cheating and all of this. When you have a reputation of doing it.
Let me tell you something I learned a long time ago. God is not going to let the people of God lack for someone else's foolishness, especially when he's called and you're chosen. The Lord is still going to use you. The church is still going to grow. That's why you don't see the church is not affected by this at all. So the Lord is not going to let the people of God lack for that. And so there's a part of me that still loves Pastor Jamal Harrison Bryant. And I just think that he's misunderstood. I think he makes a lot of mistakes.
Misunderstood?
I do. But that's the thing, is because when you know a person and you know like things that the world is not privy to, I think that he's very misunderstood. He's very nice.
Well, he brings the misunderstanding on himself.
And you know what? I agree to a certain point. So if he
stops acting a plumb fool, then maybe we wouldn't have to misunderstand.
That's true too. But I also want these Jezebels to get saved too, that come into these men churches throwing their panties at them. Do you know
throw them back?
That's easier said than done. Honey.
I mean, if you're married,
I'm sure he's thrown a lot of panties back. But some of these Jezebels, they come into church and they put panties in everything. They
offering envelope. I know.
In the offering, I'm like, girl.
I hope they match their outfit though. That's the important factor.
You doing what? Okay.
That is the important factor.
I'm sure
did the panties match their outfit?
I'm sure.
Y'all need to bring me the receipts on that.
I'm sure the panties match the outfit. I mean, look at who they going after.
Well, I mean, if they threw the panties in the offering envelope, then they ain't have no more panties. Or did they have a special extra pair?
A lot of women don't wear panties.
True. To church, yeah.
And that's awful. I just found that out because I was having a conversation with a group of ladies and we were talking about like what's presentable. They were saying how they were offended because like older people would come to them and tell them what's not appropriate. And they were like, I don't even wear panties.
The older people said that?
Was telling them because they, I guess,
Lord, mother don't wear panties?
No, the older women was telling the younger women because in the outfits that they were wearing, their butts were jiggling. Oh, wow. So they were wondering like,
some people just got big butts though.
That's true, but when you don't wear panties, it's really gonna jiggle.
I thought you were saying Mother Inez didn't wear panties. Like,
baby, Mother Inez better have on some panties.
Mother Inez better have on a diaper.
Some drawers, some grandma drawers.
Lord have mercy.
It says the Lord of hosts.
Oh, yeah, you about the only one that's a Jamal Bryant fan. I'm sorry.
It's a lot of people that love Pastor Jamal.
I never met him.
Well, that's because,
And I was introduced to him many, many years ago. And I just never really connected. Just like I was introduced to Paula White. I never connected with them. They were never somebody I could really connect with.
Well, you wouldn't connect with Paula White when you hear African Angels and see African Angels.
I mean, that's now, but back then, even I was like, something not right with her.
Yeah.
Something was off. I just always thought she was the type that just tried too hard. That was my biggest thing. She was the one that just did too much.
Definitely. But you can take my word for it. You think I have a good judge of character?
I do think you have a good judge of character, but even that, you're still entitled to like and dislike who you like and don't like. I mean, that's your business.
True.
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you because I know the type of person that you are. I think that if you really knew him and you like connected all the dots, you would be like, I get it.
I don't think I have that kind of time. I'd rather wax my floors.
Okay.
And you've seen my floors, and that's a job.
You shady on today, baby. Ooh,
Speaking of shade, I'm just kidding. We were supposed to, for as we close out 2020 and head into 2021, we have a lot of people who are really struggling here and who have really been trying to figure out how to hang on until help arrives. And I know we've been talking about it. So I know, I love that you do this, but we've never really given people the background of why it is you offer advice for how to grieve, how to cope, how to deal with losing loved ones in the middle of a pandemic, all of that. We never went into the background. So I just want to paint the picture for our audience, our viewers, so that they understand why it is you're offering this advice, because you're actually dealing with it. This is for real. This is real life for you. So just inform them. Let's just go back. So you lost your dad when?
In November. He died November 17th, 2018 at 7:15 a.m.
So then roll over to 2020. 2020. You lost Alvanita when?
May the 7th, and she died at like 11:45 p.m.
Then you lost your brother when?
July the 22nd.
And then mom had a stroke when?
September the 21st.
So everyone listening, viewing, I'm talking to you all. This is why Mia offers this advice. She's not just doing it because it's popular. She's actually living through it. To have lost her dad, sister, brother, mom has a stroke. She still has to survive. She still has to be a mother, a wife, a sister, and everything to everybody during this pandemic, during all of this grieving while dealing with a pandemic. So this is why we have Mia do this, because she's offering you real life from the heart advice. So I just wanted people to understand that, because we talk about it, but they don't really understand the background and why you're offering that type of advice. So you can go ahead. The floor is yours now.
So I offer the advice, Drew, mainly because there was a period of time, I'll go back to when my dad was transitioning, and we knew that he was on his way out. And so for like 2 or 3 weeks, my mom would call and be like, okay, it's time. And one night she said, I want you to go in there and release your dad. And I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, you have to, because I know he's holding on, for you and Brian. And so I couldn't. I was very upset and very angry. And that night, I drank a lot. I had some marijuana and I mixed the two together. And I was so high and out of my mind that I was driving home and my heart began to race so fast.
Wow.
Like it was an obscene amount of alcohol and marijuana in my system to the point of death. And so I had to pull over. They took me into the ambulance, and when I got to the hospital, actually start coding to where they had to put the machine on me to kind of like bring me back.
The resuscitation thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And so while I was laying there, if anyone knows about death, hearing is the last to go. And so while I was laying there, I could hear the doctors and my husband saying, Mia, wake up, please, please, please. And he was like touching me, but I could feel a faint touch, but not like a hard touch. And even when they were putting the things on me, you could like hear the movement, but I couldn't feel it.
Right.
And the Lord allowed me to go through what I believe was hell and earth. Yes, I went through in my mind where I felt like was hell, where it was a lot of chaos, like turmoil, like everything that had happened in my life flashed before me. And it felt like that was forever. And then I went through to where I was at a lake and where I felt water just streaming, and I just laid there. Well, when I came to, and I say the Lord allowed me to come to, I woke up with a gasp of air, and the people were standing around and they was like, oh my God, like hello. And I was like, hi, what happened? And so my husband is having to tell me like the points of what happened. All I knew was I had just experienced, the Lord showed me, you have just experienced the heaven part of what your dad is going through. And it was important for him to show me that, because he said, your dad is laying there. He cannot open his eyes. My dad had become blind. He cannot open his eyes. He can hear y'all in the room crying out, and he can hear you being sad and going through. And this is what he's having to experience. Wouldn't you want him to experience heaven?
Yeah.
while he's laying there, knowing that you guys are going through and crying. And so once I was released from the hospital, I was able to go to my dad, and I laid by his side, and I read his favorite scripture, which is 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name. And I had Bible study with him, and I began to weep. And I said, Dad, all I need you to do is tell me you love me one last time. Now, my dad hadn't spoken in days, really weeks. And I said, just please love me. He mustered up enough strength with his eyes open, but he was blind. And he said, I love. And it was like he had so much energy, and he went back down.
Wow.
And this was on a Saturday night at like 12:30. I lay by his bedside until like 4 a.m. and I said, I'm gonna go home. And my mom called, and she said, y'all need to come. And he passed away at 7:15. And so I share that with people because the grief for me and what I had to deal with was not a carnal thing. The Lord allowed me to go through each step and feel every emotion.
Yeah.
And a lot of people try to drink it away, smoke it away, sex it away, club it away. You can't do that.
Yeah.
People told me, Mia, you're grieving so gracefully. The reason why is because I allowed the Lord to guide my footsteps and to order my steps.
And that's the difference.
That's the difference, because I had never experienced losing anyone, Drew, in my family that close.
Right.
And I immediately began to feel like a fatherless child. I needed my dad, and he was nowhere around. And I just let the Lord speak to me. I let the Lord comfort me. And I began to go to therapy. And I know a lot of people in the church don't agree with therapy, but I went to group therapy and I went to personal therapy. Fast forward with Alvanita, her death was something totally different because she was not unto death.
Yeah.
We knew that my dad was going to die soon. Alvanita was talking, and in 5 minutes, and the worst part about that, Drew, was it was my dad's birthday. May the 7th is my dad's birthday, so we were celebrating, his birthday. And she was talking, and all of a sudden she slumped over like that. And, her son gave her CPR. And so to stay there and pray and plead with God to like bring her back, Drew, it's a thing of going out of your mind.
Yeah.
And I never want people to deal with something and go through something and not have what I didn't have. So what I teach people is something that I had to learn day by day.
Right.
It's not something that I got out of a book. It's not something that my best friend told me or my mama told me, because remember, my family members, we are born and bred church people, and we believe God. But this is something I had to walk out. So I offer my expertise in grieving, and I say grieving gracefully, because with Alvanita's death, some part of that was a lot of drama, and the Lord had to show me vengeance is mine. And I had to become anchored in peace. So, and then when my brother died, it was just like, Lord, has thou forsaken me? I started feeling like, okay, this is we have like the death angel over my family. Right. And we start feeling like, who's next? My brother felt like that. Marquise felt like, I felt like that. And I started preparing myself. I started telling my husband, here's where this policy is. I said, I've stashed money here. I started teaching Eden things that, she didn't know. I started trying to teach her how to sew. Like, that's where my mind was. Right. And so I really had to understand life and death. And that once I understood, Drew, that this is not my eternal home, I am now not afraid of death. But I was so afraid of it because I didn't want to die. Right. But even though now I don't want to die, if I die, I'm okay. Because I know that I'm saved. I know that I've accepted the Lord. You know where you're going. I know where I'm going. I know my relationship. And so it's a process. So that is the reason why I offer my viewers and my followers and my friends advice on how to grieve gracefully. And I want to leave with this. The best thing that you can do while you're grieving is experience every emotion. Don't try to hold in a tear. Right. I used to do that and ended up having a panic attack. Right. So to the point to where I had to be hospitalized again. Making it worse. So you have to go through, you're going to be sad. Then you're going to go through being mad. Right. Then you're going to go through remembering every day and talking to them. And the journey, it never gets easier. It just becomes tolerable.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. And it's funny that you said that, because I remember many years ago, and we'll go to the next thing. Years ago, Bishop Brister, my pastor back home in New Orleans, he spoke he had a sermon series about life after death.
Mm-hmm.
And he was almost preparing us just to understand that just because we die here on earth doesn't mean that life is over. We just have life somewhere else.
Exactly.
And I mean, just his sermon series, just listening to him, it actually helped me to deal with it. Not just losing a loved one, but even if it was me that had to go, I would be okay.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I knew where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
And I know every day I strive to be the best I can be and do what I need to do while I'm here on earth. And I just can hope and pray that the Lord accepts me to come home, and I'll get to see everybody again whenever the time comes. I'm glad you said that, because that's something that I do want people to understand, is that there's life after death.
Yep.
We may leave our physical body, but we're in heaven. We're in the realm of the angels. We're talking. We're before the presence of the King. All of that, everything you've heard pastors, preachers say over the years, that's what it is. And I remember someone who actually died, who physically died and was dead for hours,
mm-hmm.
came back to life. Mm-hmm. And told the story.
I remember that.
And the doctor backed everything up because they said they had no pulse. They had no sign of life at all.
Yep.
They called that time everything. Came back to life, told the story about how she saw herself standing before Jesus, standing before the King, seeing all her family that died before her. Like, it was just an amazing story. Like, she pictured everything. Everything was just pictured. She called everything out, and it just made it seem so real. Like, this is what I have to look forward to, then I'm down. Sign me up. She was like, it was just so peaceful. And she almost questioned, like, she don't know why she came back. Why would the Lord allow her to come back to life? Like, she was ready to go because she saw what it was.
And that's why we can't be selfish, because even with Alvanita, I would always be like, Alvanita wanted to do this. And even I still find myself being selfish because Alvanita was such a sweet person.
Absolutely.
Alvanita was like the glue that held me, Marquise, and Brian together. Like, she was always the sounding board, the listening ear. And I was just like, Lord, why? And my mom said, you don't know what the Lord showed her. The Lord could have shown her her life after and what she's going through now. And even though Alvanita was dealing with some sicknesses, I know that she wanted to be healed. Mm-hmm. And what we fail to realize, as believers, the Lord can heal us on the other side.
Absolutely.
It doesn't always mean that we're going to be healed here. And this experience has definitely taught me a lot. But listeners, please, if you're grieving, if you're going through times through this holiday season, feel everything. The other day, I felt Alvanita. And what people fail to realize is, Drew, I want to say this, even though the physical body is no longer here, mm-hmm. I walk around my house sometimes and I feel Alvanita sometimes. I'll feel like a hug, mm-hmm. or I'll feel like her presence in the room, or her spirit is in the room. And you know what? I feel so blessed because for a long time, I would ask her to come and visit me. And she wouldn't visit me. And she still hasn't visited me in my dream, really. Like, I saw a glimpse of her and I couldn't connect with her like I connect with my dad. Mm-hmm. But I feel her like at different times. Her presence is with me. And so once you understand death, you won't be afraid.
It makes life a little easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. Because I still feel my great-grandmother died in 1995. I was 14. And even when I go home to this day, I can still feel her presence. Like when we go to places where I used to go with her as a young kid, I can still feel her presence. Yeah. I feel her presence when I go to the store and I see certain things that I remember she used to like. Yeah. Just many certain things will, make me feel like she's with me and been carrying me this whole time. And she wasn't this big, deep person, but she was just real for me. Yes. She always made sure I was taken care of, loved, all of those things. But her presence was always strong, even in when she was diagnosed with cancer, and they timed it right on the time, 6 months from the time she was diagnosed. And now I just watched her like decline immediately. And at 14, that's very traumatizing.
Yeah.
But she instilled so much in the time I had her that I just carry everything. I still find myself doing certain things she used to do.
Yeah.
And I was the little kid that, when when elderly people get old, their skin starts to sag.
You play with
I
it.
play with it.
Yeah.
I used to always play it. So sometimes when I'm doing it with my own arm, I'm like, this reminds me of and then I look at my hands, I'm like, dang, my hands look just like my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just certain things that remind you, that just uplift you, make you feel better, make you feel like they're there, they're watching you, they're with you. And there's no need to be sad. They're in heaven. They're enjoying their life now, life after. So there's no need for us to be sad and mourning and just down. And now we got to keep on living while we're still here. And then we will see them again. So thank you for sharing that, Mia. I know that it's hard and you're still dealing with everything. And I definitely wanted our listeners and our viewers to understand that this is something that you're living through and dealing with still. So we hope that we've helped someone in that. Like Mia pointed out, if you need help, please reach out to us. If you're afraid, we will work with you discreetly to connect you with counselors. So make sure you reach out to us. You can go to the website, DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. We're connected to many organizations, Covenant House, NAMI. If you're suffering with a mental illness, you need grief counseling, reach out to us. We want to help connect you with the right people so that we can help you deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with that you're afraid to call out. That's what Dreux and Mia Podcast Show is all about. So we're going to move and we're going to switch it to our update on the COVID-19 situation, community news. So in the news, Congress is still battling over pandemic aid right now. Everything is up in limbo. President Trump waited to the very last minute to sign the bill, which has now delayed unemployment for many people, has delayed relief for many people. So right now, everything is still up in limbo. There's no time frame when things will be solidified, taken care of.
Wow.
We're still waiting on whether or not the Senate-led, GOP Senate-led, will approve the $2,000, if they will come with a different provision. We're still waiting on that.
Do it, God.
$600 is great. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about 10 months of people struggling. You're going to come with $600. That's the biggest insult for me.
Yeah.
$2,000 is great. That's still not enough.
Yeah.
But it's way better than $600. And then, of course, the whole vaccine deal is just a mess and a half. So listen. According to Bloomberg, let me make sure I got my notes together. According to Bloomberg, I got everything written down. Right as of today, 4.6 million vaccination shots have been rendered. Out of that 4.6 million, 2 million went to frontline workers. So let me make sure I'm giving you all the right information. So some states haven't even reported how many vaccines they've given out to their people, their frontline workers, everyone who's supposed to be in the first phase. So we don't really know. So the way it works, Mia, the vaccination is supposed to be 2 shots, 21 days apart. So the question now is, how does it work and who's keeping tabs on everything? How is the tracing working? So if I got my vaccine, am I supposed to keep track 21 days from that date? Then I make a phone call to someone and say I need to get my second shot. Like, how is all of that working? No one has the answer. There is no accurate tracing. It's just pretty much a SHIT show at this point.
Some bold.
Right. And everybody's just playing it by ear. They're really just relying on the citizens just to do it themselves pretty much. Arrive to the medical facility to get your shot, keep track on your own, and then make contact with them again when 21 days has come. But the question was asked, so how does it work if you miss that 21-day second shot? Do you have to start all over? Does the vaccine expire if you don't get the second shot? No one seems to have that answer. So that's what's going on with the updates with COVID right now. People are still waiting frontline workers are still waiting in many states. Millions are still waiting to receive their first shot. So right now, everything is a SHIT show, and we are just trying to figure it out. They're already talking about phase 1B, but we haven't even implemented phase 1A first. So, I mean, how are we supposed to keep count on who's received their shot or not? Like, how we know that they're not getting 2, 3, 4, 5 shots?
I ain't getting it.
I mean, I'm not in a rush to get it either, but I'm just saying for the people, like the elderly, all of those who desperately need it, are they going to have enough to give to them before it's too late or what?
Well, they got to have some guinea pigs. I think that this is a bunch of calamity.
It's guinea pigs, definitely. I definitely believe it's guinea pigs, but I'm just saying, like, even in the middle of the chaos, y'all can't even keep tabs of the chaos.
Can't even.
So we don't even understand who's been treated, who's been shot. Like, what if the states aren't keeping track and reporting it? Then how are the states even getting the vaccine to know how much they're going to need?
Right.
Nobody's keeping a record of anything. So, oh, Lord Jesus, help us.
Help us, God.
So that's what's going on with our COVID update. All we can tell y'all is stay y'all black home, white, stay home, Asian, stay home,
Hispanic,
Mexicans, stay home, Latinos, stay home. Everybody stay home. Because we don't need no more people dying.
We ain't got time for it.
I mean, hospitals are near capacity. It's just really a SHIT show.
Some bold.
So just stay home, y'all. Stay home, please. No more traveling out. No more meeting up with family. Stop partying. Stop twerking. All of that. Just stay home. Stay home.
Okay.
So what's going on in the Say What segment?
Say what, say what, say what.
I know it'd be nice if we had that. So, in the news, Chrissy Teigen, I really like John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. But Chrissy reported that she received a botched nose job that immediately fell out. Her words, not mine. And, this is coming off of her having that miscarriage that was widely, widely mentioned, all in the news. So she's now recovering from a botched nose job.
Chrissy Teigen?
Chrissy Teigen, correct. That she, in her words, immediately fell out. So I guess she didn't even have a chance to go home and check it out or heal from the nose surgery because the implant or whatever it was had already fallen out.
Not fell off.
Fell out. The whole nose thing just came out. So, we love you, Chrissy, and we just hope that you all, you're recovering from the botched nose job and the miscarriage, just all of that. Because, I mean, that's a lot to have to deal with. So shout out to Chrissy Teigen.
Shout out Chrissy.
I mean, I'm not sure if we're supposed to shout that out or not, but I mean, we love you, Chrissy.
I'm not shouting her out because, she was slammed in the media because she was watching Toddlers and Tiaras. And, she put on Twitter that she loves seeing the little girls in their bathing suits. Somebody come lock her up.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, so Chrissy, you need evaluation, tink.
I mean, she might be suffering from some things. I don't know.
That nose job messed her up.
If it fell out immediately, yeah.
We Teigen.
Oh wow.
John, get your wife.
John, we're glad you're there for her, John, because she needs someone there to help her. God bless y'all. So in other news, Rob K and your good friend Black China. They're doing great jobs co-parenting, according to the news.
Okay.
They have been getting along. There's been no drama, no shade given, no shade thrown. I guess he's taking care of her, giving her the money she needs. I guess he's okay with her having a boyfriend that has a boyfriend. Like, I guess everybody's fine over there.
Rob through with her, because Black China is trash. Next.
I mean, you got this. You got your ex-baby mama.
Trash.
Got a boyfriend who got a boyfriend who got a boyfriend. Like, there's just a lot going on. I don't want my child around all of that.
Listen.
That's just me.
He's so tired of her.
Yeah, he's been noted to date several people. So, I mean, we won't even get into that. But that's that on that. That's some things I wanted you all to be made aware of. But, Chrissy Teigen was the biggest because I'm like, you're recovering from your miscarriage. Like, why are you getting a nose job?
Crazy.
And then it's a botched nose job. So you mean to tell me y'all don't even have a good physician in LA anymore?
Crazy. Because she just got money to blow. I
think that's what it is. She might just be suffering from like depression, post-traumatic depression, something like that.
John, get your wife. John.
God bless y'all. So we're talking about New Year's resolution and goals, Mia. What are some of your 2021 goals?
Ooh, 2021 goals, honey. It is to boss up more than what I have already done in 2020, honey. Even in a pandemic, your girl is making moves out here. And so 2021, I'm just waiting to see what the Lord has for me because, I have to consult my CEO. And if you didn't know, God is my CEO.
Whoa. How you like that? I don't think people realize that, it's a lot, despite what they see in the news and all of that, to be a entrepreneur or self-employed individual, like that's a lot. I was just all this week, I'll share this and we'll move on. All this week, I've been dealing with taxes and all of the states that we're operating in. Like it's just tax upon tax, employee tax, payroll, everything. And I'm like, dang, nobody told me about this. Like I have to pay taxes right now.
Yep.
In the middle of a pandemic, and they're not offering no type of waivers or nothing. One tax bill, Mia, was $1,700.
Oh God,
no. My tax bill was $1,700, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. But yeah, people don't realize that everybody want to be their own boss. They want to be, in charge. It's a lot. If you're doing it the legit way, this is the stuff you have to be ready for. Definitely. You have to have an accountant, financial. You have to have all these things in place so that when you build your business, you're building something that's going to last.
Exactly.
Not something that's going to come, tumbling down in 2 or 3 months because you ain't really do what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
So my resolution and my goals for 2021 is, of course, to really restructure and re-strategize, everything that I have going on to make it work for our current 2021. I've been operating now on my own for 12 years now.
That's good.
And we've had our highs and lows. I mentioned, I've done the bankruptcies and all of that.
Yeah.
And I learned as I went through all of that of what not to do, what to do, and all of those things. So for 2021, we're restructuring, re-strategizing my Soulful Chef line, which of course has the cookbooks, the culinary products, all of that. We're refocusing everything because next year we want to have and finally complete having product in stores, the fruit, frozen foods that we've been working on in development, the spices, all of those things. We're trying to have all of that in stores for 2021. So that's part of my goals. Of course, continue working on releasing the new music and project, all of those things, the artists that signed to the label, working with them, and just really building the businesses, building the brands, of course, making the podcast show better, reaching a broader audience, all of that. That's my 2021 goals. That's some of them, I should say. I can't give you all everything.
But what's your resolution, though, boo?
My resolution is going to be just to continue doing what I'm doing.
Well, my resolution is, hear ye, honey. My resolution is I'm not doing no more last minute stuff. So if it's last minute,
if it's paying, I'll still do it.
I'm not doing it. No last minute, nothing. You got to let me know in a
what you consider last minute?
2 or 3 days before.
That's last minute?
That's last minute.
Oh, wow.
I need to know.
I think you're about to say an hour or two before.
No, but I think last minute, I'll say the day before.
Yeah, that's feasible.
That's last minute.
That's last minute.
Like, you don't do that. Even 2 days before, because people had a week planned out. People already have what they want to do. My New Year's resolution is I'm not doing it. If you don't tell me in advance that you want to take me out to eat, or you want to go chill, or you want to go to this get
something like that, yeah.
or you want me to come do this gig or do I have people, if people can book me in advance, you can do it too. There are some people that feel like, cause I know her, let me just call at the last minute. I'm not doing it.
What if they give me like 10,000?
Now I'm gonna have to talk to the Lord.
Right.
God is my CEO, so I'm gonna have to talk to him.
That's what I'm saying. If it's paying, we'll talk about it. But if you just trying to invite me out to eat or you need advice, no.
And I'm done doing that too. Any frivolous phone calls, because I'm good for that. You've always said, me, you need a balance.
Yeah.
I always try to pick up the phone or answer messages, and I be all over the place.
Gotta have a cutoff time. You gotta.
My New Year's resolution is, I'm not doing it. No. I'm unavailable.
You should start charging for phone calls too.
I should, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about that.
You should start charging for phone calls. I've seen people do it.
How should I do it? Say Cash App?
Cash App you. They got apps that do that where they can pay before they can get through to you. I've seen it.
I didn't do.
But Cash App will probably be the easiest. Once you get the Cash App, then okay, you can call me now.
Cause I be on the phone pleading the blood, honey.
But you're gonna need to be pleading that green too. So that's some of our New Year resolutions and goals. We want to know what's yours. What do you have planned? What's your goal? What's your resolution for 2021? Let us know. Go to our website, DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com, or reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at DreuxandMiaPodcastShow. Let us know what your 2021 resolution and goals is. We know a lot of people had goals and resolutions for 2020. We'll see how that turned out. That didn't go so well, but I saw someone post this. This is funny. We're going to move on. I saw someone post that if you thought 2020 was a disaster, wait till 2021 gets here because 2021 is now legal to drink. You get it?
Oh my God.
That was so funny
Got
to
it.
me. So if you think 2020 was it, imagine 2021 because
Been a while
2021
out.
is now legally able to drink. That was funny.
Lord
That's our
Jesus.
little joke for the day. Y'all welcome. So feed me meal. You know I've been doing a lot of cooking all my life. I do a lot, all of that, whatever. But something that everyone has come to love is the pork yakimen. And by the way, your boy has cookbooks too.
Go get his
Go
cookbooks,
get
y'all.
the cookbooks. You go to the website, Drew and Mia Podcast Show, get the cookbooks and put it in the camera so y'all can see.
Yep.
Cookbooks, real cookbooks. They have barcodes, everything on it. They real cookbooks. So you can go to Drew and Mia Podcast Show. It'll take you to the link to go ahead and purchase your cookbooks. But something that we're highlighting for this year is going to be our pork yakimen soup. It's something that my people have come to love. It's very simple, very easy to make soy-based soup. I have it all on our social media. Go to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can see how to make pork yakimen soup, some recipe tips on for you to make it at home with your family.
Mm-hmm.
Very inexpensive, very delicious. You'll love it. And then I want to see how you make it. So make sure you go to our social media at Dreux and Mia Podcast Show. You can check out the video of the pork yakimen soup. I traveled many places doing it, so you guys get to see how the reaction is from all of the places that I, experimented, because it was presented to them for the first time, like in Salt Lake City, Utah. They had never heard of it. So when I did it, they were like, wow. And
Yummy.
this is predominantly white people. So they were like, oh, wow. And I love seeing their faces when you present something new to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing. So go to the social media, Dreux and Mia Podcast Show. Go to our website, DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. Check out that video. And we want to see how you make it. We want to learn some things from you as well. So if you're familiar with pork yakimen, let us know. You might be able to teach us something. And one day I might cook it for Mia too.
He is.
We'll see. We'll see. I already made gumbo for her. And
it was delicious.
Yeah, no more of that. No more gumbo for the rest of the year.
Okay, that's fine. You only have, 2 days?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dang.
Thank you.
Dang. I wasn't thinking. I forget. So our new music spotlight, new artist spotlight. Have you ever heard of a violinist from here in Houston called Demola?
Demola?
Demola.
Uh-uh.
Demola's a Nigerian-born singer, violinist. He sings and plays the violin. He was signed to Music World with Matthew Knowles before traveling out and embarking out on his own. He has over 170,000 followers on Instagram. He's sampled music from many artists, Chris Brown, so many. I can't even call out everybody.
Wow.
He's a friend, my brother. I've worked with him. He's a great guy. But I know a lot of people don't realize who he is. He's here based in Houston, actually. He's a violinist and a singer from Nigeria. But the boy is so talented, Mia, like you fall in love with him immediately. You know, we see a lot of people singing on social media and all of that. And we're like, oh, God, please find something else to do. But this guy, I mean, he can play the violin like nobody's business. So I want you guys to go and check him out. It's at Demola, Demola, violinist. On Instagram, Twitter, Demola Violinist, Demola Violinist. On Instagram and Twitter. You can find out more about Demola on our social media as well. We will have him featured in our Music Artist Talent Spotlight Showcase, so you guys can learn more. You know, we like to introduce people to new artists that they may not be familiar with, but who actually have great music or great artists. So he's definitely on that list. I mean, we can put him on the same scale with a Yebba. If you put Demola and Yebba together, like you're gonna get.
Oh yeah, y'all go check him out.
You're gonna get some fire. I mean, because that's how good he is, and of course he has his music videos on YouTube and all of that. So go check him out. Shout out to Demola, Houston-based, Nigerian-born singer and violinist. You are our music artist talent spotlight for Dreux and Mia Podcast Show. Again, it's Demola Violinist at Demola Violinist. So what we got going on there, Miss Mia's Moments today, ma'am?
Listen, as we close out the Dreux and Mia Podcast Show, I cannot.
We'll be back, though. We'll be back.
Stop I cannot move forward without saying happy birthday to my Aunt Jackie Clark Chisholm. Her birthday is today.
Happy birthday, Aunt Jackie.
And I just love her so much. And I want to send this shout out. Happy birthday, Auntie Jackie. I love you so, so much. You mean the world to me. Thank you for always being your authentic and genuine self. Listen.
And she's talking about Jackie Clark from the
Clark sisters.
Clark sisters.
Of course, everyone knows. Of course. You would have to be sleeping under a rock not to know who Jackie Clark Chisholm is.
We do have a few people that do that.
You brought the sunshine. That. Okay, so listen, guys, I want us to cherish memories. That is what's on my mind right now. Cherish moments and cherish your family. We talked about grief a little bit earlier, and the reason why I cherish family so much now is because of my brother once said when you lose someone, those memories, those moments become memories.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about that until after Avenita died, because he said that with my dad. And so that's why even in a pandemic, I still try to see my family as much as possible, because anybody that knows the Nelson family, we are a very close-knit family.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't go weeks and days and without talking. Like, we talk all the time. We try to stay in contact with one another. And I just want people to love on their families, guys, because I am a living witness that once they're gone, they are gone. Forever is a long time. You can never get that person back.
True.
And now is the time to just love. I have had to put aside so many feelings, negative feelings, for the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once you grow up and you take a self-evaluation on who you are and what you want to be, sometimes you are able to put aside for the greater good. And that's even with family.
Yeah.
You can't pick your family. They're already given to you. So cherish the moments, because when the person is gone, they're gone. And remember, you don't want that moment to turn into a memory and it not include you.
I mean, that's good stuff. It's real talk. It's real talk. And that's what we're all about here at the Dreux and Mia Podcast Show. We are real issues, real talk, real podcast. That is our motto. Everything that we cover, I mean, we're covering things from our personal lives, sharing it with you guys. And then we're also just covering what's going on in the world today, because that's our goal, is to inform, educate, and entertain. And that's what we're here to do. I want to leave you guys with something in conjunction to Mia's moments. Is this that we have to start learning how to effectively support people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more than just liking a post or liking whatever. It may take you actually having to donate $1.
Yeah.
It may take you having to attend an event.
I agree.
All of those things. I want us to learn as people of color, the minority group in this torn up world, how to learn how to support our people. Oprah Winfrey made it because she had support.
Yep.
Tyler Perry made it because he had support.
Absolutely.
And the list goes on and on. They had support. So if you believe in Mia, you believe in me, you believe in the podcast, you believe that it can change the podcast game, all of that, it takes your support.
That's right.
So I said all of that to say, you know, we have overhead, we have budgets here with the show, and your support will help us tremendously to continue on for 2021 and beyond. And like I said, $1 can go far. Mia has over 5,000 friends on Facebook. I have over 5,000, 7,000 on Instagram, 6,000 on Twitter. If everybody donated $1, Mia, that would carry us for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So please consider being a supporter of the show.
Yeah.
You can go to the website, DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. Click on the support the podcast tab. If you have $1, thank you. If you have 50 cents, I don't know if it'll allow you to donate 50 cents. You can Cash App it to me. Thank you. I don't think you can do that either. $1 is the minimum that you can do when you do those type of apps. But your dollar will go a long way.
Absolutely.
And to those who are in a position where you want to support and donate more, we thank you and we appreciate you. Next year, Mia and I are going to be doing so many different events where we're going to get our audience and our viewers involved. We're doing a lot of virtual things. And when the time permits, we'll start doing in-person gatherings and galas and parties and stuff like that. to promote our show and just promote the brand. But I wanted to share that with you guys that this isn't free. Everyone has to be paid. The studio, the lights are on, the electricity's on. Everyone has to be paid. So if you are enjoying the show, you've been entertained, informed, inspired, you love Mia, you love me, then we need your help and your support. $1 will go a long way. So you can go to the website, DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. Make sure you connect with us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube. Connect with us. We're going to be sharing so many different things. We'll be back next year, 2021. We wish everyone a happy new year and blessed new year. We look forward to sharing with you guys in 2021. And just stay tuned. We have a lot in store. This is something new, something we're going to continue doing because we've seen that it's been making a big difference in not only here in Houston, but abroad. So that's what the goal is. We love you guys. Again, Happy New Year. We love you. Mia, you want to say anything to them as we close out?
We love you guys. And guess what? It's nothing you can do about it. Cheers.
I mean, you could do something about it, but we're not going to let you.
Nothing.
We're not going to let you. So that's it for us, guys. Go visit us online, www.DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. And again, our social media is at Dreux and Mia. It's DREUX and Mia, MIA, Podcast Show. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. Make sure you reach out to us and just stay in touch with us. We'll see you guys next time. That's it.